I'm just going to throw this out there. When you have a great cup of coffee, you always tend to have like a great day. I'm convinced by it. It's been a great day, and I've only had great coffee today. Anyway, today we are going over painting and GIFs and creating this episode. I guess you would call this a typical day for Summer Silvery. So let's get into it. Thank you for tuning into My Day on Canvas podcast by Summer Silvery. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This podcast is available to stream on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. All links are in the description of this episode, including my art shop, artbysummersilvery.com. I first want to start this episode off with saying that at the end of every week, I will be giving a listener a free canvas. It'll be a 5x7 canvas panel. It'll be an abstract piece by me, and I will be mailing it out to you because I love you. And I want to give back to my community. I want to give back more and more and more. But I'm going to start off with once a week. Whoever is engaging or commenting or liking or just being a part of this podcast with me, I want to give you something. So that's what I'm doing. It's going to start off in June. So I believe the 3rd is on a Friday. So June 3rd will be the first announcement of who is receiving one of my canvases. Really quick, I want to break down the different types of canvases that I use and the dimension sizes of those canvases because there are multiple. So before I started painting, I had no idea about the different kinds of canvases that you can paint on. And now I do, so I want to share because you might not either. There are gallery canvases, studio canvases, and canvas panels. There are more than that, but these are the 3 that I work with. The gallery canvases have really thick sides to them, so you can paint on the sides. They're stretched canvas over wood, and you can paint on the thick sides as well as the front. The studio canvases are pretty much the same. They're stretched canvas over wood, but they're very thin on the sides, so you can't really paint on them. They're just thin. And then the canvas panels, they're like a hard board, like hard board, but there is canvas on top of it. So those are the 3 that I work with. Today specifically, I have been working a lot with canvas panels, the boards with the canvas on top. I really enjoy working with these. These are my smaller canvases that I work with, and I have so much fun with them, and I love how they're compact. And a lot of people who have purchased my canvas panels, they do an incredible job of framing them and kind of like these shadow boxes, and it looks so good. They also look great leaning them against your desk or whatever. That's what I like to do with them too. For the sizes that I do, it's so crazy. So my canvas panels are my smallest ones. My studio canvases, which have those thin sides, are my medium-sized ones, I guess you would say. And then my gallery canvases, those are the large ones that I like to use. The gallery canvases are probably my favorite, but that's because I love to do my abstract paintings on larger canvases. I can do them on all different sizes, but for some reason the super big ones just make me feel so free, and I just can get so messy with my paint that I love it. The largest canvas that I work on is a 48x60 gallery canvas, and that is the size of me basically. I am 5'5" on a good day, and that canvas is huge. Like, for me, at least, that's the biggest one I worked on. I can't wait to start working on bigger ones. But for now, this is as big as I'm getting. The only thing that kind of sucks painting larger canvases is the amount of paint that you use on them, especially when you're a beginning artist. Paint is so expensive. Everything about this is so expensive. The canvases are expensive, and you don't want to waste it. And as a beginning artist, you pick a big canvas like what I've done, and there's a lot of messing up. And when you're messing up, there's a lot of paint that is being wasted. And I hate to say wasted because I always work on it until it turns into something that I love. But you're painting over a lot of things and you're trying out a lot of stuff. So my suggestion to anybody who's listening to this that is starting painting is, why don't you try techniques and mixing paints and doing all that stuff on something smaller first. That will make your paint go a lot further than picking a ginormous canvas and just figuring it out from there. Today I've been working on 5x7 canvas panels, and I'm just getting ready and preparing for the upcoming giveaways that are starting next week and the following week and the week after that, and etc. And I combined a medium with my acrylic paint that I don't typically do. I combined spray paint with acrylic paint, and I absolutely love it. It looks incredible mixed in with acrylic because those chemicals don't really mesh well. These textures and these looks that just pop out. It's so different than what I usually do, and I love that I figured this out because I'm going to continue doing it. If you want to take a look at what I'm talking about, just pop over to my Instagram stories or my main feed. You can see in my reels, there's some snippets of those canvas panels. I know that my listeners know what a GIF is, or some may call it GIF. I call it GIF. Well, I have a Giphy.com artist account, and I've been creating my own GIFs for a while now. It's been a year, and for some reason I have over 200 million uses and views on those GIFs. I didn't know this when I first joined Giphy, but there are Giphy stickers and then there are GIFs. And typically when somebody uses a GIF, more so than not, they're using ones from famous TV shows or famous lines or iconic scenes. And it's just somebody expressing something with their face or whatever. And there is a background and all of that. Giphy stickers are things that a lot of people like to use in their videos or their Instagram stories. And those are what I make the most of. I illustrate little icons and stuff like that, or words, and I animate them. And then I upload them on Giphy.com, and they become available on basically every single social platform for people to use. And I've done pretty freaking well on that. It's incredible. Like, I didn't even know GIFs were coming from Giphy.com. Like, I wasn't familiar with that until somebody had mentioned that to me, because before I started painting, I was all about digital art and illustrating. So today I have been working on some Giphy stickers for this podcast, just so that I can upload them. But then also I wanted to make them relevant to other people who have podcasts that want to promote them on Instagram and stuff like that, or on Snapchat. So far today, I've made a podcast icon Giphy sticker, and it's just that typical icon of a mic, like the mic that people use for podcasts. And then I put the word live on it, and it's fully animated, so it just pops up like this podcast is live. And that's something that people can use on their Instagram story or whatever. And then another one that I made was the words new episode. And I made it kind of glitch out so that it would just pop. And when it's animated, it just says new episode, and it kind of glitches every other layer. And yeah, you can see those on my Instagram as well. I have a reel that I created today that is live, and it just kind of shows what I've done today. If you are digital art savvy, I highly suggest you go to Giphy.com and take a look around there and start uploading some of your own Giphy stickers, because it's a great way to just customize your user experience on Instagram stories and stuff like that. Or if you have a certain logo that you want to add to your stories or Snapchat or any place that allows Giphy stickers, it just elevates your posts, I think. And it makes it more fun too if you like the quirky bright color vibe like I do. As I wrap up this episode, I want to express how absolutely excited I am for this podcast. This is the third episode, and I feel like this is so just natural for me in the sense of just talking about my day and what's going on. I know this isn't a typical podcast that has interviews with other people or somebody else to talk about current events or something like that. It's just me talking. I'm talking like I am writing in my journal. I'm talking like I am vlogging for YouTube or something like that. this is a way for me to talk about my day and kind of just get it out of my head. And if it helps somebody out there who's listening, I am all for that as well. So here's to finishing another day of productivity and figuring things out, even if they're small, like adding spray paint to acrylic paint. Who knew that would be a game changer for me? Taking that with me from here on out. I so look forward to learning more about this beautiful art world that I don't know, because there is a lot. And I also look forward to sharing it with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on episode 3 of My Day on Canvas. Be sure to reach out to me on social and let's chat.